It's almost Halloween, but there is absolutely nothing scary about this list that I'm about to share with you. Buckle in because I have 20 amazing finds that I have been loving all throughout the month of October, and if you're not already loving them, I think you will. So let's start off with my top 5 favorites in beauty, and then we'll go on from there. To start off, this is a new discovery of an old favorite. I just found a better shade that works for me. And what I'm talking about is the Westman Atelier Blush Stick. Now, people have been raving about this for years, specifically about the shade Petal, which I own, I've tried, and I was like, meh. It's okay. But then I tried it in the shade Coquette, and boy, what a difference the right shade makes. This is a much softer baby pink, much better suited to my skin tone if you like a more subtle blush. Now I do have some highlighter layered on, I have some powder blush on top, but you're still seeing the Coquette color. They have a large version and a mini version. Honestly, the large version is gonna last you as long as you want to wear blush in your life, and I love this part. Little bit of an application tip. You can put this straight onto the skin and then blend it in with a brush, but I have found that you get a better color payoff and the rest of your makeup will sit nicer. Take the brush, dab it onto the product, and then apply that to your face. And if you don't like Coquette or Petal, there's about 4 or 5 other shades. Now this one I've had for a while, and I have some tips on how to wear this because this is not for every day. This is the One Size Until Dawn setting spray. It is essentially hairspray for your face. So this is not just setting spray, this is spray your face, go through hurricane force winds, get rained on, sweat, panic. Your makeup will probably look exactly the same as when you applied it first thing in the morning. But because it is so intense and essentially feels like hairspray on your face when you first apply it, I do not recommend using this for every day. You will break out. At least I break out when I use this. So I save this for extra long days where I want to look good, like say when I'm attending a conference for work, or when I know that I have to put my makeup on in the morning, but I have somewhere to be at the end of the day and I don't have time to fuss with it in between. I go for this. Now I did try the drugstore version, which is the L'Oreal. There's a L'Oreal version of this. And I think it works just as well, but that made me break out after one use. So unfortunately, my skin likes the more expensive option. This is the full size. I also have a mini size that I now keep in my travel bag. Another makeup product that honestly I wanted to share with you last month, but I had just started using it, so I wanted to make sure it wasn't just a honeymoon period. But no, this is amazing. This is the Make Beauty Brow Gel. I have it in the clear shade, but I just ordered it in the cool, I think it's cool taupe shade as well. This takes the best of every brow gel I've ever tried and puts it into one tube. So this is the clear version, and I love a lot of clear brow gels, but the problem with the clear brow gels in particular is that after a few uses, the product itself gets cloudy and gunky on the brush, and it looks like you've applied a glue stick to your face. So that's not great. And then the ones that don't gunk up don't hold my brows in place. This one holds my brows like they've been laminated in place, never gets gunked up, and doesn't get crispy. I don't know about you, but when I've used other products towards the end of the day, I will sit and just kind of pick it off my brow, which is disgusting. But you can't do that with this product because there's nothing to pick. It's just nice, soft brows that have not budged since 8 o'clock this morning. And then we have to talk about my favorite lip combo of the month. There were a couple, but this one stood out and it's a little extra special because again, it's more of a special occasion type combination. So the hero here is this lip liner, which I've spoken about before. It's from Dibs. It's called the No Pressure Lip Liner. And I believe why they're calling it that is because it's the softest, creamiest pencil. I'm sure you've tried others that are waxier that you kind of have to like dig onto your face to have the color transfer pay off. And then it'll last longer, but it tears up your lips and it's not pleasant to use. This one, soft and creamy, like a pastel crayon, like one of those Craypas that we used to have when we were young. If you're about my age or older, you'll know what I'm talking about. I'm 52. This is amazing, but I have been using this as just a lip liner, lining the outside of my lips and then moving on to a lip product. The problem is this lip liner stays on forever, long past the life of whatever I've been filling it in with. So then I thought, let's just fill in the whole lip with this. What are we doing? So I started filling in my whole lip. Today I'm wearing it in XOXO, but then on top, here's the key. Here's the next product here, is this liquid lip product. It's from Urban Decay. It's their vinyl lip something or other. And what I love about this is it's a liquid lip that stays somewhat glossy. It never dries down to that too tight shrink wrap feeling, and specifically in the shade OG Backtalk. There's another Backtalk version if you click on the link, and if you're looking for the links, there are a handful of places, and I will put a list on the screen of where you can find all the things, because it kind of depends on the device you're using and if the product's on YouTube shopping or not. So check over there for where you can find these links. But when you go to this product page, there's a couple different Backtalks. OG is the one you're looking for if you want a cool tone pink, and I have just layered it right on top of the lip liner. Now it does stay a little sticky, so then there's a third step. This is not one of my favorites, but I mean, it is one of my favorites, but I have held myself to 5 favorites per category. So if I were gonna cheat, I would still add this one in here. It's the Clarins Lip Perfector. I'll link it. Let's just go for it. It's my video. I'm making the rules. We're adding a 6th favorite for beauty, and specifically the shade 7, which is toffee pink, just a little light glaze over this, and this will last you through presentations, work conferences, and the lip liner itself will last you through lunch too. Now let's take a look at my top 5 favorites in clothing. I'm gonna scooch over so we can insert some footage and pictures. Number 1 is this tweed lady jacket. I love a tweed blazer, a tweed jacket. Unfortunately, most of the nice looking tweed jackets, Chico's is the most budget friendly I can find, and unfortunately I say that because they're usually well over $100, and then it jumps. Like, I have a handful of Set, or however you want to pronounce that phrase, blazers, and those start for $500, and then everything else goes up from there, and I realized that that's just not going to be something you're going to reach for every day. So I've been looking for a good tweed blazer or tweed lady jacket that's budget friendly but then doesn't look cheap. I have found us something. So this, you're seeing it over here, but let me show you a little more close up. This jacket feels super soft. That's kind of what I'm looking for, is that it's not stiff and plasticky feeling. It doesn't feel that way at all. It's fully lined. The buttons are a mother of pearl. They're so pretty. They have a light kind of gold rim around them, nice finishing. Now this part, you're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate it. I'll zoom in so you can see better. It's sort of they call it lace. It is not lace, but it's like a fringe part of the tweed that has a little bit of almost pastel iridescence built into it, but not in a cheap plasticky looky way. Kind of like the Set confetti blazer that has a little bit of metallic flashes in it, kind of like this. It also has functional pockets here. These are purely decorative up on the chest. It doesn't button though. The buttons are just for looks. There are no corresponding button holes, so you will have to wear this open. But if you don't love the blue, it also comes in black, and I think maybe pink. I wore it to the Amazon Creator Conference the first day. It looks so expensive. I got so many compliments. It's right under $50. It's like $49.99. It's essentially $50. Amazing. Perfect for the holidays. Perfect for work. If you've been looking for a beautiful tweed jacket and you didn't feel like spending $400, it's amazing. Another amazing find that when I bought it only had 3 colors available. Now it has 5 colors available, including a gorgeous burgundy Bordeaux color, black, mustard yellow, beautiful fall and winter colors. It is a faux leather midi dress. I wore it to a small intimate dinner. There were 19 other creators invited to this with some of the Amazon influencer team and the executives from that team. And of course, you kind of want to look your best. And this one made me feel like $1 million. And it was another one. It is $38.88. This is just going to be the perfect fall holiday dress. It would be great for a fall wedding. It's bra friendly. The belt is removable. You can tie it in the front. You can tie it in the back. You can double wrap it. Comes in a great size range. Has a zipper up the back. I might have to go and order this in the Bordeaux burgundy color. It's so pretty. I wore it with some kind of heels, lower heels that you'll see later. You can wear this with stiletto pumps. You can wear this with boots. Throw more of a denim jacket over it to give it more of a fall casual vibe. It's stunning. It looks really, really expensive. It is under $40. My favorite thing to find for us, because when I'm shopping, it's not just for me, I'm shopping for all of us, is something that looks amazing, that feels amazing, that makes you feel amazing in it, and is inexpensive. That's just the holy grail. Another clothing favorite that I got really excited about this month, and I've worn it at least once a week, so much so that I ordered a second one to have as a backup, is just a basic blue Oxford cloth button-up shirt. I love this thing. It's oversized and fit already, so just order your regular size. It's soft. It looks great tucked in. It looks great loose. It looks great with joggers, with loungewear pants, with jeans, tucked into a nicer pair of pants. I wore it with some wool pleated trousers recently. Everything about this, it just screams elegance and sophistication on vacation. You roll it up. It's just a classic, and it's another one that is just under $40. It is fantastic. Also, I have to say, this is important to me, it launders really well. I just throw it in the washing machine, I throw it in the dryer, and then I'm gonna have to steam it, of course, because I think it's 100% cotton. Now, these next two pieces, bear with me. I know I told you that I love an amazing, inexpensive find. I also really love things that are not quite as budget friendly, but things go on sale, and what I love about this community is we have a range of shoppers at all price points. So number 4 for my clothing favorites has to be this denim belted blazer. It's from Michael Kors. I wore it to the YouTube holiday house, and I got stopped by so many people. Now, most of these people that are there are either into fashion because they're a content creator in a shoppable genre like fashion, or they're just into fashion from working at YouTube and being in this shopping-centric medium. Everyone thought it was a Veronica Beard blazer. So while this blazer is $278, definitely not budget friendly, a Veronica Beard blazer, $600-700 and up. So if you're looking for something that looks like it's $600 or $700, it's a third of that price. See? Girl math here. I hate that phrase, but I'm going to use it in this case because if you're trying to justify, you can just say, well, it's a third of the price of what the original pieces look like. Great size range. I have in a size 2. Yeah, so it runs true to size. And I did get the coordinating pin-tucked seamed trouser pants that go with it. So it is suiting pieces kind of separate, but yet casual at the same time. I love them. I know it's a splurge, but it's another piece that I'm going to see myself pulling out and wearing with dressier items paired with the whole suiting look and just with other things, each of them on their own. This next one, my husband insisted I include this, which is hilarious. It's a pajama set. It was gifted to all of the people that attended the YouTube holiday house that I attended. It's a Skims pajama set. Now, I have immediately sort of a visceral negative reaction to the brand Skims. It's just not a big fan of the Kardashian whole thing. So I've never tried anything from Skims. This was gifted to all of us, and I had only packed one pair of pajamas for this trip, and I thought, let's just give it a try. I then slept in them for the next 5 nights. I love these. Everyone at the event has been raving about these pajamas. They are worth the hype. Think what you will about the Kardashians, but whoever is the one that's in charge of Skims knows what she's doing. I think it's Kim, when it comes to designing pajamas. They're so soft. They're lightweight. They kept me warm in the cold hotel room, but then I didn't have night sweats in the middle of the night either. The length was perfect. They skim the body. So even though they're not the sexiest pajamas to look at, my husband definitely thought that they were. He thought I looked fantastic in them. I don't know, whether you buy them for yourself or you're looking for a gift, especially for the Gen Z kids and the younger millennials lost their minds over this brand, let's not let them gatekeep. This, the older ladies, we need to get our hands on. Incredible. Now, if you're just, the price point is not for you, you can't get past the idea that they're Skims and it's a Kardashian brand, I totally understand that. I want to give you a runner-up in favorite pajamas. They are from Quince. They are the bamboo long sleeve pajama set. Love these so much that I just went and ordered them in another color. These were my backup pajamas. These were the ones I planned on sleeping in the whole week that I was out of town, but they got replaced by the Skims. The Skims were that good. One thing about the Quince pajamas that's better than the Skims, other than the price, because the Quince ones are only $60 instead of $130, is that the bottoms have pockets. I don't know why where am I going in my pajamas that I need pockets? I don't know, but once in a while I'm running outside to take the dogs out in my pajamas and I want to take my phone with me. I slide those in the pocket. You can't do that in the Skims. All right, let's try to get this thing back on track because I am all over the place today. So for accessories, number 1 favorite has to be the Quince Italian leather Horsebit loafers that look astonishing like the Gucci ones. Lots of people asked me while I was out of town, oh, are those the Gucci loafers? No, they are not. These come in this color, kind of a taupey brown that I just placed an order for, and black. I would say they run true to size, but if you have a shoehorn, they do go on easier with a shoehorn or if you're wearing socks. The reason these made it to number one in my favorites for accessories this month is because I had these on when I went to visit my niece at her house at USC. She's a student at USC, and then she decided to give me an impromptu tour of essentially the entire campus. We walked 10,000 steps. I have a recovering torn calf muscle in my right leg, and I was not even wearing socks, and I'm thinking this is not gonna go well. It went great. 10,000 steps in these. My feet were not sore. I did not get blisters. I felt like I was walking on a cloud. These are amazing, and they still look brand new. Look, they didn't even get dirty. So, Quince, you nailed it. Now, things at Quince tend to sell out quickly, so if you're on the fence, snatch these suckers up. Do you have some more shoe favorites? Next, have to be these. These are from Pelle Moda. They come in 2 other colors as well. Pointy toe, but like your foot stops here. Your foot is not wedged into this. A lot of you are upset with me for recommending pointed toe shoes. Ladies, your feet don't go in here. This is purely decorative. It's not designed to squeeze a toe in here. Your feet stop back here. All is well, I promise. In fact, I've had more issues with my feet, with my toes rubbing on the end of a rounded toe shoe than in a pointed toe shoe. So just make sure your shoes fit properly, you'll be fine. Anyway, these are the perfect height. They give you a little lift, nice solid block. I love it's all this beautiful mushroom taupey suede, covered heel, slingback. I used to never wear slingbacks because I always got blisters. They always rubbed. They have come a long way since the slingbacks of the 90s. Let me just say that. That is not an issue. It is adjustable. And then the inside has some nice cushioning and molding here. I wore these all day long for the YouTube conference, and I wore these almost every single day, I think, also when I was in Palm Springs for the Amazon thing. They're just a great go-to shoe. And until it gets really cold out, you'll be seeing me in these a lot. Then for a more casual shoe, this has to be the standout. Now, if you don't like leopard, it does come in other mesh versions, but I love this one, and I love that it's leopard with a faux brown leather trim. Faux leather, brown trim. The brown's not faux. The leather is. I think it softens the look a little bit, and it makes it so that it works well with non-black clothing. Although I am wearing black clothing right now. Like I wore these recently with a pair of navy trousers. It also has a little bit of cushioning in here, so it's not just straight flat with no arch support at all. Adjustable strap. I love these. 2 handbags made the list for favorites. The first is this kind of slouchy, over-the-shoulder handbag, faux suede woven. It does come with a detachable long strap if you want to wear it crossbody. Most of the time I just carried it like this. It doesn't have any outside pockets. It does have a zipper one here and then a slip pocket here. And I have still stuff in this one and lists. It's lined. You can close it with this little clasp here, but most of the time I just left mine open. So I wouldn't recommend it for travel necessarily just because you can't really secure the top, but I ended up reaching for this more days than not. This does come in a few other colors. There's a khaki taupe shade that is beautiful, a burgundy shade, a dark cocoa brown. So if you don't like the basic tan brown, check out the link. There's a bunch of other options. But then the hero for the second half of the month had to be this little guy. Then when I ordered it, I had to wait a month for it to show up, and it's been in my luggage and I squished it. A little steam, and this will get fixed right up. This little guy is a miracle worker, and this is what I carried most of the time the second half of the month. So I've been carrying it like with like a little top handle. Now it does have a detachable long strap so you can wear this as a crossbody. I honestly think that looks kind of tacky and cheap. The bag is cheap, but we don't need to advertise it by wearing something that is clearly plasticky looking. So I didn't use the crossbody. But what I love about this is for evenings out, I carried it like this with the top handle. But then when I was, say, walking around the resort, just doing daily things, you unsnap the snap, and now it's a shoulder bag. It's a little less formal. It does have a zipper, big, nice, heavy zipper at the top, and then on the inside it's the same deal. It's fully lined. It has a zipper pocket on one side, can you even see in there, and a slip pocket in the other. And again, tons of colors. I especially like that it has little feet too. These are great details on a very inexpensive handbag. And I can tell you this because it happened to me when I traveled there and smushed it in my suitcase. This crease will come out. You just take your steamer. It's good as gold, especially because it's fake suede. You don't have to worry about ruining it. Let's finish things up with lifestyle home style products. Now, I shared this with you during Prime Days, and I have been using it nonstop. I'm glad I actually have 2 of them because I can alternate when I'm washing one. This is a thermos water bottle. Has this nice handy thing that you can attach it to, I don't know, a handbag, a golf cart, a backpack, a briefcase, luggage, whatever. And then this actually usually stays like this to keep the pop-up from popping up. You unlatch it, you push this button, Ta-da! No annoying straw that you have to worry about mold collecting in. You just drink from the spout like a normal person. I needed that. Keep stuff cold, I think for like 12 hours. I can't remember if this one is hot and cold. Right now I'm just using it for cold. There's a few other thermos options, but this one is my favorite. I also have it in beige. And if you're starting to think about holiday gifts, which I've been told by 2 separate presentations that people are in fact searching for holiday gift guides already, this one would be good, unisex, for everybody. Okay, I know I share some weird things in my monthly favorites. This might take the cake. I was influenced by someone else, and I wish I could remember who it was that shared this so I could give them credit, but I was scrolling through Instagram as you do, and someone was raving about this broom. Yes, I said it, it's a broom. Specifically the brand Broombee. And I bought immediately 2 of them, one for outside and one for inside. And I have become that lady in midlife that goes outside every morning and sweeps her steps and her porch because this is so fun to use. Brooms have bristles. The bristles always miss things because by nature they're moving and there's gaps. This is essentially the same concept as a windshield wiper. It's a solid, soft, rubbery, silicone-y thing. It's bendy, it's flexible, so as you sweep, it makes contact with the entire surface. Nothing, don't worry, I cleaned this. Nothing escapes it. It sweeps up everything. And that's what I also love about this because it's a solid surface. It's so easy to wipe down and clean. And then this little guy has a telescoping handle, if I can remember how I did. Aha. So you can make it a full length broom. You can make it sort of dustbin length, has a little hook at the end. This can screw off. I don't know why you would want to do that, but it can. I love this. I know, the weird things. I love bird feeders, water fountains, now it's a broom. Where are we going next? I'll tell you where we're going next. I got a new phone. I got the 17 Pro Max, looks essentially the same. Still trying to figure out what's different, but what is different is I had to get a new case. And I actually shared this during Amazon Prime. Did I buy it when it was on discount? No. Nope, paid full price for this guy. Okay, yes, it's an iridescent satin color. It does come in about 15 other options if this doesn't do it for you. It has the square edges, which are just cooler. Does it make a difference in the functionality of the case? Nope. Is it more fun to use? 100%. And this part, this is really fun. I don't have a screen protector. I don't use a screen protector. It kind of messes up when I take pictures if I use the front facing camera, so I'm living on the edge here. It does have a protected beveled edge here, so I have already dropped the phone and the phone is working out just fine. And screen is still going good. Going well. Going well. Okay, this is just something I've shared before and it bears sharing again. I've had it officially over a year now. It is this marble butter crock butterbell. We're getting into the season where I'm actually baking and cooking more. And this, I just washed it because we just used up our stick of butter. This keeps your butter on the counter fresh and soft enough to be spreadable so you don't have to mingle your toast. It's easy to melt into your pan when you're making eggs or whatever. So the idea here is that you smush a room temperature stick of butter into this thing, into the bell, smush it in there, and then you fill this part with about 1/2 inch of water. And when you put this into the container, the water forms a seal along the base of the butter bell and keeps the bacteria out. Now you do have to change the water depending on the temperature of your home and stuff every 2-3 days, I would say. And when we go out of town, I drain the water and stick this back in the fridge. If you haven't tried this yet, it really does make all the difference when you're buttering your pastries, your bread, whatever. And if you're looking for a really nice hostess gift, this is amazing. It also comes in quite a few other marble colors. So really pretty, but this goes with my kitchen. And then next, because I actually used this at a spa appointment and I kept thinking, I can't believe I'm paying for this. I have one of these at home. They're using them in spas as part of a treatment. This is amazing. And I am talking about the Renpho heated eye massager. Now I have a couple of them. I have one of the earlier versions, which still works out amazingly well. And then there's a few newer versions. They have like remotes and they essentially do the same thing. It's just they look kind of cooler. So what this is an eye massager that you can choose to have heat on here as well. And using puffs of air, it massages all around your eyes. And if you are dealing with stress, migraines, allergies, insomnia, whatever, or you want to pretend like you're at the spa, This is incredible. I think it goes for 20 minutes and then it turns itself off. 15 to 20 minutes. And you can have music, you can have it vibrate and massage. You can also add the heat to it. So lots of ways to use this. Great gift for yourself. Always an amazing gift for pretty much anyone on your list. As someone who deals with allergies and migraines, this really is a lifesaver. Those were all of my favorites for the month of October in beauty, clothing, accessories, and lifestyle. I hope you had an amazing October. I don't know if you can hear the dogs. They're getting restless. It's dinner time. So I'm going to say goodnight. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.